Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Right. So children, now question number 7 and 8 will be your assignment questions, and 2 questions. See, 5, 6, and 7. I'll not be posting as assignment. I'll be posting only the previous questions as assignment. Do 5, 6, and 7. Just try them at least. Try them once. In the next class, I'll teach you.
Okay,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay.
So, any doubt does anybody have?
No.
All clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, children, that's it today. You all can go for now. We'll continue it in the next class. Okay.
Okay,
Bye.
ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
You're welcome, children. Bye.
Hey Priyanka, how are you? Yeah. I suppose I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, how are you doing?
Sorry, sir. I'm just not well.
Oh, what happened?
Sir, I really don't know.
Like, what exactly happened? Like, are you suffering from fever or?
Yesterday, sir, and today I have cold. I keep coughing.
Oh, you keep coughing.
Yes,
Okay. Oh, take care of yourself. Take medicine and take rest. Okay, na.
yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Consult the doctor also. First, consult the doctor. Okay, hey, Abu Bakr. Hmm. So, see, we were doing this chapter that is Age of Adolescence. Good evening, good evening. Okay, so far in the chapter, we had the introduction about like adolescence, what do we understand by adolescence? Okay, we learned about puberty, and we were basically learning about the different changes that occurs at puberty, at adolescence, like what are the different physical changes that happens in the body. Okay, so in the chapter so far, we had learned about like one of the most obvious change visible in adolescence is that the change in their voice. Getting it? One second. Okay, yeah. So that is change in their voice. Okay, and change in the voice happens due to enlargement of the larynx, that is the voice box. Okay, We learned about that. Then further we learned that there is increased production of sweat and the oil glands. Okay, no? Increased production of sweat and oil by the sweat gland and by the oil gland. Okay, no? Keep in mind that oil gland is also called a sebaceous gland. Okay, so what basically happens during the age of adolescence? Okay, the sex hormones, that is the testosterone and estrogen. Okay, na? They start to kind of trigger these glands to produce more amount of sweat and more amount of oil. Okay, and that excessive secretion of oil and sweat leads to pimple and acne. Although they are important, but excessive secretion leads to these problems. Okay. Further, Abu Bakr, you had this question that whether estrogen is secreted in males or not. Okay. Na? So the answer to the question is that yes, estrogen is secreted in the males also. Okay. Na? But the quantity is not that much. Getting it? It is secreted in males, where basically what exactly happens, like it is not kind of like not directly secreted, but what happens? The testosterone that is secreted, some amount of the testosterone is converted into estrogen. Getting it? While primarily, what do we know? That estrogen is considered as a female hormone. It's a female sex hormone, right now. But it is present in men and it is essential for some important bodily functions. Like it is important for the fertility in the male as well. Getting it? No? So what exactly happens in males? Female sex hormone, that is estrogen. Estrogen is produced by conversion of some amount of testosterone by an enzyme. Okay, now so you had this doubt whether it is produced in males or not. So I hope it is clear now. Okay. Turn your camera on. You guys turn your cameras on. Okay. Answer this question: which gland increases their activity during puberty, causing acne and pimple? What's the answer?
Sir, both B and C.
Both B and C.
Sir, D.
Yeah, option number D, that is both P and C is correct. Okay, na? Sebaceous gland is also known by the name of oil gland. Okay, na? And generally we're calling it as oil, but the proper name is sebum, sebum. Okay, the proper name is sebum. Okay, so the main reason behind increased production of sweat and oil, we learned it's because of triggering by the sex hormones. Answer this question also, that what marks the end of puberty? When do we say that the puberty has ended?
Sir, A.
Onset here means beginning. Onset means beginning of something. So
Sir,
obviously option A is not the right answer then.
Yes, sir. Sir, reproductive maturity.
Exactly. So that is reproductive maturity. When the individuals, like, their sex organs have developed, they have started the production of the male and female gametes, that is sperm and ovum. Okay, now, so then we say that the puberty has ended. So by the age of like 18, 19 years, completely we say that they are not completely reproductively mature. Getting it? Okay, now today now we'll be learning a little bit more about the increase in height. Okay, like in the previous class we did learn that during the age of adolescence, particularly what happens, there is secretion of growth hormones by the glands in our body. There's a pituitary gland that secretes growth hormone that promotes the elongation of the bones in our limbs, right now, and that thereby that leads to increase in the height. Further, we discussed that initially girls grow faster. You might have noticed this thing if you have a keen eye. You would be noticing these things, that initially girls will be growing faster in your class, okay, And later on, boys, they will catch up, but they will be growing much taller than the girls usually. Okay. Okay, please turn your cameras on. Only you two have joined. 1 second. Let me drop a reminder for others. Hold on, guys, please. Divine others. Since a new chapter is going on, it's important for everyone to join. Yeah, see. So I was talking about the increase in the height. Increase in the height here. See, there's a very important formula with the help of which we can calculate, we can get to know the full height of a person. Okay, no? So falling is the formula. Okay. Suppose if the present height in centimeter of a given person is there. Okay. And we know the age of the person also. Okay. Also, this is a data that generally represents like how much of height has been achieved by a boy of 8 years, 9 years, 10 years, up till 18 years. Okay, now, but generally same thing is given for girls also. Okay. So suppose, for example, there is a boy whose current age is 12 years. Okay. 12 years. How much height has this boy achieved yet? Of his full height? Of his full height, he has achieved only 84%. Exactly 84%. So by the time of 18 years, what will be his expected height? What will be his expected height? Getting it? So in order to find it out, we need to know the height in centimeter also. Suppose the height of the boy in centimeter is given, let's say it is 150 centimeter as of now. So what we are going to do, we are going to use a formula where full height means when his puberty ends, when his age of adolescence basically ends. So meaning by the age of 18, he would have acquired 100% of his height. So what will be it in centimeter? So that will be his present height in centimeter, that is 150 centimeter, divided by the percentage of height he has acquired, that is 84% here. That is 84% multiplied by 100. Getting it? So we're going to solve that and we'll find like how much do we get here. All right. So let us solve this. That's 84, that's 100, okay. 42 twos are 84, that's 50, okay. 21 twos are 42, that's 25. 7 threes are 21, 3 50s are 50. Okay. 25 into 5, 125, 0 divided by 7. Okay, 7 months are 7 here. All right. 7 sevens are 49. All right. 6 and 0. So 7 eights are 56. And here you get 4. So you put a decimal here. Okay. So around it will be 178.5 centimeter. Getting it, guys, everyone. By the time he
Yes,
turns
sir.
18 years of age, his height would be roughly around 178.5 centimeter. But keep in mind that it is not an accurate figure. Okay, now it may be little more than that, or it may be little less than that, but roughly it is going to be around this. If the child receives proper nutrition, etc. Also, environmental factors also play an important role in determining the height of the person. There are different factors. Okay, now the height of a person, it depends upon different things. It depends upon the following things, like it depends upon nourishment. Okay, it depends upon the environmental factors also. And the most important thing is that it depends upon genetic factor also. Wa alaikum salam. Okay. Also in the following line graph, that is a line graph. Okay. In this, you can clearly see that when the age is 8 years, so like this pink line is for the boys and the blue one is for girls here. So at the age of 8 years, boys have attained roughly around like 72% of their height, right now, while girls at the same age have attained like around 77%. Here also you can see boys have attained 72%, but girls have attained 77%. That's why in the beginning I was saying that girls grows faster initially, right? Initially they grow faster.
Sir, when puberty hits, sir, it's
Hmm.
kind of a different thing. Sir, we grow faster.
Men grow taller actually. Girls grow
Yes, sir.
faster, but later on boys catch up and they grow taller.
Sir, because of puberty.
Uh-huh. So now you can see here, like at this point, the lines are almost coinciding. Getting it? By the age of 18 years, you see, both of them have attained 100% of their full height. Okay.
Sir,
Make sure you guys memorize this formula. We'll be doing some questions on it too. Yeah, tell me.
sir, can you show the formula once?
That is the
Sir,
formula written over here.
and sir, I was asking that,
Mhm.
sir, in my test paper, sir, you have cut marks for nothing, sir. 1 mark is cut for nothing.
Okay, you were asked it in the last lesson. There we were discussing it. No, there's a reason behind the deduction of the mark. Let me tell you 1 second. I will have to open it. Okay, I will be discussing that in the last moment of
My
the
answer
class.
was correct.
There must be a reason behind the deduction of the marks. Without any reason, it will not be deducted. Come on, okay, no?
Okay, sir.
Uh,
Okay, sir.
Hold on, I'll be discussing that in the last moment. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So let us do some questions on this. Okay. I hope you guys have understood the formula now. So there's a question.
Yes, sir.
In order to do this question, you need to have this chart also. You can look at it from your NCERT book. All of you are having the NCERT book right now?
No, sir.
No, I'm going to.
outside, so I don't have.
No worries. I will drop the screenshot here
Sir,
in the chat box.
I have it, but not
That's good.
right now with me.
Okay. I have dropped the screenshot in the chat box. From there, you guys will be looking. If in the question I will say that a boy of currently
How
15
much
years,
centimeter are there in 1 foot?
how much?
In 1 foot, how many centimeters are there?
In 1 foot, how many centimeters are there? See, what we know of that 1 foot is equal to 12 inch, okay, and 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeter. If you were to take only 2.5 centimeter, so 12 into 2.5, that is equal to 30. So 1 foot, we will say that is equal to foot or feet. You are saying foot, na?
Sir, like,
Uh-huh.
yes, sir, we measure height.
Uh-huh. So 1 foot equals to 30 centimeter. Getting it?
Okay, sir. And
Approximately
what is
equal to
feet?
what is foot or feet are like they're referred like foot or feet, they are different, like kind of use exchangeably, but usually we say either feet or foot, like they are said interchangeably, I think. Getting it? So that is roughly around 30. It's slightly more than that, like 30.45 or 48, something like that. Generally we can take that as 30 centimeter. Clear? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Suppose there's a question that a boy of age 15 years is 165 centimeter tall. Calculate his full height in centimeter. All of you will be doing it separately and will be answering it separately in the chat box. Okay, I'm dropping a message for reference, like where you have to put your answers. So put your answers. Yeah, put your answers here. First, you have to look at that table, like at the 15 years of age. So you can see like how much of age has been attained. So that's clearly given here. 95%, right? Guys, hurry up. How much you have got, Babu Bakar? Yeah, very good. That's correct. Correct. Others also do it fast. Hurry up.
So going to finish.
About to finish. Okay. Aman, hurry up. Yeah, Aman, you there in the class now?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, I sent it to you.
Correct. Very good. That's correct. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Make sure you write down this formula and you memorize this. Okay. Usually in the exam, I'm expecting that this chart will be given, this table will be given, though, so there's no need to memorize this. Okay. Also, you guys can make an again, you can make this interesting observation here that, like, for example, pick any age here. Let's say 13 years right now. So by the age of 13 years, boys have grown only 88% of their full height, while the girls have already grown in 95% of their full height. Getting it now? So that's the thing. Priyanka, done? See, if you're getting 173, Priyanka, 173 centimeter, then
Yes,
then
sir.
your answer is correct. Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we ever thought about this, that why height of family members are generally same? Huh? We generally observe this, that usually every member in the family are of the same height. Huh? So what's the reason behind height of the family member being same? Why so? Because the children have basically inherited the genetics from their parents right now. Although general factor like nutrition, their general health also plays an important role here. But since children's, they tend to grow roughly the height of their parents because they have the same genetics right now. So height is influenced by a combination of genetics and environmental factors, which is why family members are generally similar in height. Getting it now? So here, like the childrens have basically got the genetics from the combination of their parents. Getting it? That's why their height is generally same, and they are also growing in the same environment. They're eating the same kind of food. They're having the same type of nutrition. So genetics plus environmental factors in which they are there, that determines their height. Okay. So the most important factor was genetics here. So later on in the chapter, we'll be learning that
Sir,
the cells contain chromosomes in the nucleus. Yeah, tell me.
sir, I was asking that
Mhm.
does the height, like for example, my height is 160 centimeter. So if
Mhm.
I subtract 100 of it, that should be my weight.
If we subtract 100 from the height, it will be weight.
He said it should be my weight.
It will be
No, sir,
weight.
that's like it's not correct. I am saying that that should be my weight at maximum. It should be not more than that or less than that. That's the perfect weight
No, no, no.
for
That
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 age.
that really is not so correct. But it basically gives you an estimated ideal weight. That tells you about an estimated ideal weight actually. Like what should be your ideal weight? Like that. Suppose, for example, a man is 175 centimeter tall, suppose. Okay. So he should, by estimation, like it is recommended that if you subtract 100 from it and gives you 75, so 75 kilograms should be his ideal weight or not more than that. That's the thing. Okay, that's the ideal weight. You understand it? There's a difference between saying ideal weight and actual weight. 75 meter will kilogram will not be his actual weight, but it's the ideal weight, meaning that if his weight is around 75 kilogram, so he won't be having much difficulty. Okay, now. But actual weight will depend upon the type of food he consumes, his lifestyle, and many other things. Okay, if he's suffering from some kind of diseases, so that may also affect the weight. Is that clear, Aman? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So genes, I was saying that our nucleus contains chromosomes. Okay, no? And in the chromosomes, like we have genes, which are an important factor in determining the height. Basically, they provide the information for the body to grow, like on how to grow. Okay, now later on we have this important topic about chromosomes. Well, I'll be explaining about genes in detail. As of now, keep in mind that basically genes are something like they are found in the cells, and they kind of contain the information about how the body will grow. Okay, now it contains information of everything. Whatever features that you see in your body now, like whatever is your skin tone, whatever is your height, okay, now the way how you look, the your hairs, your color of your iris, every physical features in your body, the information about all of that is present in the genes. Getting it what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
Okay. Then another feature that is observed in the adolescence is the growth of hair. Okay. So why is it that there is growth of hair in the adolescence? What's the reason behind that? Ever thought about it? Hmm? So the growth of hairs in adolescence particularly is again triggered by the hormones. Getting it now? So
Yes,
there's
sir.
particularly secretion of, like there's higher secretion of hormones called as androgens. Okay, now. So due to surge, surge, you understand, a sudden increase in something is called as surge, right? Like there's surge in market prices, like that we say. So due to surge in androgen hormone, androgen hormone, NE hormone, there is growth of different types of hairs. Like there's growth of facial hairs, hair in the armpits, hair in the pubic region, etc. Getting it? So the once the puberty starts, so it triggers the release of hormones that causes different kind of changes along with the hair growth also. Particularly hormones like androgen hormones. In this where I'm actually talking about hormone like testosterone in this particularly. Okay, na? Testosterone. Okay, na? Androgen hormone is basically a name given to
We
testosterone,
also
right?
got
Androgens, like
extra
it's one. Yeah,
testosterone.
yeah. Okay. So whatever
And
characteristics
estrogen
develops,
is also called as Y factor.
yeah, we do call that. So what I'm saying that particularly in the male, this testosterone hormone, right now, are present while it is present in some amount in females also. That's why even in the females there's growth of some facial hairs. Right now, hairs in the body, hairs in the armpits, in the pubic region. Right now, so that too is because of testosterone. Getting it? But remember what I have said in the last class, that very less amount of testosterone hormone is produced in the female body. Just like moments ago, I was explaining this to you guys, and particularly to you, Abu Bakr, to address your doubt that what happens. Where is that? Yeah, in females, in males, I was saying that female sex hormone estrogen is produced by conversion of some amount of testosterone by an enzyme. Now, same thing happens in the females. A similar thing will happen where estrogen, getting it, is converted into some amount of testosterone. Getting it, guys? Here testosterone is being converted into estrogen, because estrogen to some quantity is required in the males also, while the requirement of the testosterone in the females in the is fulfilled in this way,
What
where
if someone like didn't have estrogen?
someone, if they did not had, so thereby it will like it will kind of like if someone does not have enough amount of estrogen in their body or the required amount of estrogen, so it can affect the body in some different ways. Getting it?
Like, would they get more aggressive?
No, the secretion of estrogen is not particularly related to aggression or like that. Okay, it has got to do with some important bodily functions. Okay, it has got to do with some important bodily functions, right? Like for example, what we have learned that the function of the testosterone, for example, it is to bring secondary sexual characteristics, right? It is important for the development of the muscles, right? Growth of the hairs that we take, increase in muscle mass, okay, change in the voice. Even testosterone hormone is important for the development of the red blood cells in the bone marrow. Okay, similar to that, estrogen also has got different functions to perform. Okay, na? Estrogen performs important functions in both male and females. Getting it, guys? Okay. So that is the thing. So we're saying that due to surge in the testosterone hormone, there is growth of hairs in the body in adolescence. So as you can see here, like facial hair, like patchy hair will start to grow like that in this, as you can see here in this image. Okay. So that's the thing. Okay, so that was about the important physical changes. Among that, there's one more important change that happens. Okay. So that is the development of the sex organs also. Okay. Now, during the age of adolescence, what happens? The reproductive organs also starts to mature. They start to develop. What particularly happens? The testis matures, the ovary matures, and they start the secretion of the male and the female gametes. Getting it, guys? Okay. If you were to talk about the male child here, so in the male child, the male reproductive organs consist of, like in the chapter reproduction in animals, we have discussed about that in detail. So it basically consists of testicles, the muscular organ that is penis, vas deferens, prostate gland, and seminal vesicle. Okay. So that contains the male reproductive organ.
Testosterone also helps in the production of sperm.
Yeah, exactly. Testosterone is important for the production of the sperms. Indeed, it is. In fact,
But this
testosterone
is
is
also in the
important for the.
chapter reproduction.
Yeah, basically, we learned that thing in detail in the reproduction in animals. Okay, here I'll be just giving you what is related to adolescence. Okay, so basically, the thing is that the testosterone hormone helps in the development of the testis. Okay, it makes it mature, and testis starts the production of the sperm cells. Okay, now sperm cells are secreted, and as we know that sperm cells, they are secreted from each of the testes. Okay, and they go through the vas deferens, then they go through the seminal vesicle and the prostate gland. Both of them secretes their fluids, like seminal vesicle secretes seminal fluid, and prostate gland secretes prostate fluid. Okay, along with that, uh, further this basically becomes semen, right? Semen contains various things, and semen contains sperm, it contains prostate fluid, it contains seminal fluid. Okay, all right. So in males, the testosterone promotes the development of testis. Testis starts the production of mature gamete cells, that is sperms. Okay, while in the females, the estrogen promotes the development of ovum. Then further we see that each month ovum, sorry, I meant to say ovary here. Okay. So in females, the estrogen promotes the development of ovary. It is in females. Okay, now each month the ovary, either one of the ovary, not both of them together, either one of the ovary, each month the ovary releases mature egg cells or mature gametes. That is ovum. Ovum is simply the egg cell. Okay, now. So when we say the sex organs are developing, so we basically say that these organs have developed and they have started the production of the male and the female gamete cells. Okay, that is an important thing here. Further, other than the physical changes, there's mental, emotional, and intellectual maturity also in the adolescence. Getting it? So that is also there. So, so the period of adolescence, it involves significant mental, emotional, and intellectual growth, right? Where you get to see that like there is an increased sense of independence in them, right? There's a development of abstract thinking in them. They start to develop their identity. They start to develop their personality. Getting it? But this period, to many of the adolescents, presents different challenges to them also. Getting it? Due to the hormonal changes in their body, they go through mood swings. Sometimes you guys might have obviously observed this thing as you guys are also adolescents. Sometimes you'll be feeling very happy. Sometimes you'll be kind of feeling depressed. Uh, Sometimes you just feel like not to study, or sometimes you feel like playing all day, like that. It might have it must be happening with you guys also, right? Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right. No. Also, in some children's, like there might be some insecurity also related to the physical changes that's happening in their body, or they might be finding it difficult to cope up with the social changes also around them, right? Also, we see that the brain's capacity for learning and critical thinking also develops rapidly. Getting it? The problems that you were unable to solve when you were like 5 or 6 or 7 years old, now you're able to easily solve them, right? You can critically think about it. Whatever you guys are learning, you can cross question it. You can think in a different way, right? Now, but earlier, whatever you were taught, like you would be just memorizing it, just you'll be grasping as it is. But now you have developed this sense of questioning, cross questioning the things, right? Now, so from ages 12 to 18, children grow in the way they think. They move from concrete thinking to formal logical operations. It's important to note that each child moves ahead at their own rate in their ability to think in more complex way. Okay. So at this age, basically the children they are growing in the way that they think. Okay, now like earlier they had this concrete thinking, like whatever they will be taught, they'll be thinking in that manner. But now they have started to think in a critical manner. Okay, they would be cross questioning. They'll be trying to know the reasoning behind things. Okay, also, we get to see that it's a very critical time for forming an identity and gaining a sense of self also. Getting a sense of self, by that I mean to say that you start to develop your personality also, right now. So right now the things that you are learning, the things that you feed your brain are very, very important. Okay, like these are the kind of recipes to build your personality. So you must learn the right thing. Okay, you must avoid any kind of bad habits. You must have good friends. You must stay in the circle of good people. Seek knowledge. Take care of your body. I can do physical workout, read books, or if you like reading novel, read it. Okay, no? So one must have a healthy lifestyle at this time period. Okay, now because this is like it's going to shape your personality for your entire lifetime. Getting it, guys? Also, in many like there's a strong desire for social acceptance also, right now. Further, now we are going to learn about like what are the sexual characteristics, what are the different types of sexual characteristics. Okay. See, basically, the sexual characteristics are those features that distinguishes the sexes, like that differentiates the male from the female. That is what we mean by the sexual characteristics. Getting it, guys? Okay, no? Further, we will see that there are two different types of sexual characteristics. One is the primary, another is the secondary type of sexual characteristics. Okay. By the way, if anyone happens to have any questions so far, now please let me know. Is there any question from all these topics which we have discussed so far? Priyanka, Mustafa, Abubakar, tell me.
Sir, what is personality?
What is personality?
Sir, like people say that I like your personality. What does that mean?
What is personality? Okay, that's an interesting question. A simple but interesting question. See, basically, personality, we see that it's basically like the way how you think, right? The way how you think, the way how you behave, okay, now how you interact with the people around you, right? So it's your thoughts, how you think, how you behave with people, how you interact with them, okay, now your thoughts, your emotions, etc. Your abilities, right now. What is your concept of life? What are your interests? Okay, now about self-awareness also. How do you see yourself, right now? So personality basically forms a basis of identity. Getting it? Like if there are 10, you have your 10 friends, right now, so you can easily differentiate between them because of their personality. Suppose, for example, there are two twin brothers, right now. Two twin brothers. All of you, please turn your cameras on. At least Aman, Abu Bakr, Priyanka, you're outside, no issue. Aman, Abu Bakr, turn your cameras on. What I'm trying to say, suppose you're a friend with two twin brothers. Okay, now you're best friends with both of them. Okay, although they look alike, but the way they talk, the way they think, right now, etc., it will obviously be different, right? The way of talking, their way of thinking, questioning things, etc., that will be different now. So that is
Yes, sir.
what is their personality, like their identity. So personality basically determines about like how an individual behaves with another, they how they take decisions, how they react to the situation, etc. Some people have a very calm personality. Like even in situations of emergency, they will not panic, they will think logically, they will reason, they will take proper decision. Well, some people will just panic, they will start throwing things, they will basically panic and make a mess. So hope you guys are understanding that. Okay, and how do we build a proper personality? So if we are able to reason properly, okay, now we are able to think in a calm manner, right? We have good behavior. We talk to people in a proper manner. We are articulative, like we can define things in a proper manner, right? Now, I can if you can explain your thoughts to another person in proper manner, so that helps you improve your personality. Okay, no? Okay. Talking about the sexual characteristics. So what I was saying that sexual characteristics are the features. These are the features that distinguishes the males and females from one another. from one another in simple manners. Okay. Further, there are two types of it. Sorry. Okay. Further, there are two types of sexual characteristics. They are as follows. Are two types of sexual characteristics. One is called as primary sexual characteristics. Okay. Well, second is obviously secondary sexual characteristics. Okay. Secondary sexual characteristics. When we say the primary sexual characteristics, so it basically refers to the reproductive organs that are present since birth. The reproductive organs in the male and in the female child since birth, they are obviously different. Uh, what makes them different? Like what makes a male or a female child different is the reproductive organ with which they are born, right? So in the females, like ovary is present in the females. Ovary
Sir,
is present, which
is it like
produces.
that because of the cord connected? That if the cord is not connected, it is a girl, but if the cord is connected to the baby, it is a boy.
You're talking about umbilical cord.
Yes, sir.
No, that doesn't make any sense. No,
No, sir, I thought about that.
no, it's not.
It
It's not like that. No, 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 no. Umbilical cord does not have got anything to do with the gender. Okay, now umbilical cord merely helps in transporting the essential nutrients from the mother to the child and takes away the waste material from the child to the mother's body. That is what it does. In fact, this placenta and umbilical, they work together to transport the nutrients from mother to the fetus and remove the waste from the fetus. Getting it? That's the thing.
Yes,
Like
sir.
you guys might have seen it or not, but I have seen the basically um, the umbilical cord is basically tube-like structure. It's connected to the navel, basically, right? Okay, no? So right after the birth, it has to be cut down. Again, it has to be cut down. Okay. So I was talking about the primary sexual characteristics. So by this, I meant to say that like these are the basically it refers to the reproductive organs that are present since the birth. Okay, in the females, ovaries produces the hormones like estrogen and progesterone. Right, they produce eggs also. That is the ovum. While in the males, testis produces the sperm and hormones like testosterone. Getting it? That is the thing. Other features in this will be basically the presence of like uterus, vagina, etc. in the females, while in the male that is the penis. That's the muscular cylindrical structure. Okay, so it refers to the reproductive organs present since birth. Further, in the males, testis produces the following things. Okay, first of all, like it produces the male hormone, that is male sex hormone, that is testos testosterone. Along with that, it also produces the sperm cells. Okay, sperm cells. While in the females, it is ovary, and ovary produces the following things. It produces three main things. Two of them are the hormones. One is called as the estrogen. Another is progesterone, And the third is obviously ovum, or that is simply the egg cell. Okay. So that is all about the primary sexual characteristics. Any questions from it?
No, sir.
Good. While the secondary sexual characteristics, like these are the traits, these are the characteristics that develops in them during the age of adolescence, particularly. Okay, now they develop during the puberty, and they are not directly part of the reproductive system, but indicates the sexual maturity. Getting it? They are not part of the reproductive system, like the, for example, facial hair, right? Hair under the armpit in the pubic region, they does not have got anything to do with reproduction. They are not the part of the reproductive system right now, but they indicate that this person is not reproductively mature. A boy and a man, how are they different? What makes them different is maturity, right? Physical maturity also. Getting it now? For example, there's a boy of like 12, 13 years of age, and there's a person of like 18, 20, or 25 or 30 years of age, right now. So the later one is reproductively mature, right now. So that is the thing. So these are the traits. By the way, I'm using the word traits here. Okay, traits or characteristics are the same word. Okay, now they are the same word here. So the characteristics that develops during puberty and which are not directly part of the reproductive system, but it simply indicates the sexual maturity. For example, in the boys, there is growth of facial hair, like beard, mustache, chest hair, deepening of the voice due to the enlargement of the larynx. In fact, you guys know these sexual characteristics, we have even learned about that right now. This increased muscle mass and strength. There's broadening of the shoulders, right? And bone density increases, while in the females, there's development of the breast because of the development of the mammary glands. There's widening of the pelvis and the hips. There's growth of pubic and underarm hair, and the starting of the menstrual cycle is also there. Getting it, guys? So it refers to the characteristics that develops during puberty. That develops during puberty and indicates reproductive maturity. All right. Now further, keep in mind that these traits are not present since birth. Okay, no? They simply indicate sexual maturity. Examples in males were as follows. So there's a facial and body here in the males. Facial plus body here. Tell me. Next is deepening of voice and broadening of shoulders. And then what? Increase in muscle mass, right? Increase in muscle mass. Getting it, guys? So these were some of the examples of secondary sexual characteristics in males. For the females, I'll be writing it over here. Okay, in fact, like it's already written over here. For girls, it's development of the breast because particularly of the development of the mammary glands, the milk producing glands. Okay, so mammary glands. Okay, the growth of hair under arms and the pubic area. Let me add few more points here. Like it's the can add a widening of pelvis and hip. Okay, widening of pelvis and hip, and it's also the starting of the menstrual cycle, that is menarche. Onset means starting, so onset of menstrual cycle. And that is called as menarche. We'll be learning about that in detail in the next class, by the way. Okay. Also, there's a biological reason behind the widening of hips in the girls. Getting it? There's a biological reason behind that. What could be it? Particularly, we know that if you were to look about the anatomy, if you were to look at, I mean, to say, if you were to study about the structure of the bones in male and female, so the hip bone, getting it? The hip bone, that is the pelvic bone, is wider in girls. What could be the reason behind that? So we get to see that it is basically structured. The pelvis in the females are structured to accommodate the growth of the child. Getting it? The broader and shallower space, it creates a large and rounded birth canal for the fetus to pass through. So there's a reason behind that. Okay, now also we see that like the only way to differentiate between the male and the female dead bodies. I'm not saying the all the tissues and everything intact, but suppose if we were to be provided, suppose there's the skeleton of male and female, right? There's a skeleton of a male and a female. Okay, so how do the scientists differentiate between them? Which one is the skeleton of a male? Which one is the skeleton of a female? So they look at the pelvis bone. Getting it, guys? Pelvis bone is basically the hip bone. Okay, Abu Bakr, everyone getting it? Right now, so by looking at the width of the pelvis bone, it is determined that falling is the skeleton of the females. Okay, so these are some important biological facts that one should be aware of. Okay, kind of general thing. Yeah, but let me check your answer sheet 1 second. Like I have checked it. So you were saying that there is some issue with that. 1 second. Yeah. By the way, if you guys happen to have any question, you may ask. So the test was from force and pressure. Yeah, Aman Mustafa. 1 second. See, for the last question now, what you have written there, let me
Sir,
read the
can you
question
show it on the screen?
on the screen. 1 second. Hold on, let me open it first. One second. Yeah, my screen is visible to you, right? Look over here. And this one, what you have done here, Aman.
But I can only see the secondary sexual characters screen.
1 second. Your question paper is visible now? Yeah, it is visible now.
No, sir, I cannot see it. Sir, can you stop sharing from the first ID, the secondary sexual character? Then only I will be able to see it.
Okay, I think so. 1 second. Okay, it's visible now.
Yes. Yes, sir.
See, for the question number 1 second. Yeah, see here. So a wooden block of 200 Newton weighing it rests 200 Newton weight rests on a table. Okay, like from the result state the relationship between pressure and area. What you have written here is that force equals to pressure into area.
Hmm. So,
So basically, that is not the relation here. Now, basically, you should be writing that pressure is inversely proportional to area now. From the given, see, look at the question here. First, it says that if the base area of the block is 0.04 square meter, calculate the pressure. Okay. Now, next, in the question number B, that same block has been turned to rest on a base of 0.02 square meter. Area has been changed here. Earlier, the area was more, now it has been changed. So, what change is there in the pressure? Earlier, it was 5,000 Newton square meter, but now it is only how much? How much have you written here? 10,000. 1 second. 200. So, no, it should be area has decreased. 0.02 square meter you wouldn't have. So what we are seeing here, that now the area is going to, now the pressure is going to increase now. Earlier it was less, now it has doubled. Earlier it was only 5,000 Newton per square meter, now it has doubled to 10,000 Newton per square meter. So basically, as the area is decreased, pressure increases now. So you should have written that there's an inverse relation here, right now. From the given question, from the result, we can say that area is inversely related to pressure, or pressure is inversely related to area.
Sir, what
Understood?
are the highest marks in all of
Everyone have got
batches?
around the same marks. Everyone have got around 19 marks. Almost everyone have scored same. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Lafis.
so Lafis. Okay, bye Priyanka. Bye Babakar.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Yes, you're
Thank you,
welcome.
sir. Bye.